Hi, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another weekly ramble. I'm your host, ScubaSteve, and I'm going to jump right into it. This week, we're going to be talking about the FCC and how they have lost in the Senate earlier this week. Yes, now, for those of you who are not in the know, let's take it back a few years to 2015 when Barack Obama was still President of the United States. Barack Obama appointed somebody to the chairman of the FCC position, and they brought in net neutrality. They classed the internet as a utility, and these Title II regulations for net neutrality were so that internet service providers, ISPs, could not really charge companies for premium access to their customers. And there have been multiple ISPs over the years found out for trying to sidestep or just outright not obeying these Title II regulations. There was an instance, it did concern Netflix, but I can't remember whether it was with Verizon or AT&T over in the US, but it turns out there was an ISP that was throttling their customers' connections to Netflix because Netflix was a rival video streaming company and organization in comparison to what this ISP had in-house with their company, with their own brand. And they figured, well, if we make Netflix connection speed so slow, this will force our customers to use our own in-house video streaming service. This ISP got found out, and they were later, I believe they were later fined a few $1 million. The Title II regulations for net neutrality were brought in 2015 to stop these kinds of things from happening. Now with Donald Trump being president of the United States, he has appointed a former lawyer for either AT&T or Verizon, but he appointed I believe the guy was a Verizon lawyer, Ajit Pai. He appointed Ajit Pai, a former Verizon lawyer. Was it Verizon or AT&T? Honestly, I cannot tell. I cannot remember for the life of me. But that article will be in the description below, as well as an article describing what is net neutrality. Ajit Pai was a former lawyer in the industry for telecoms and businesses such as ISPs, and he was anointed the position of chairman of the FCC. Now, he has wanted to get rid of the 2015 net neutrality regulations for a good couple of years, and he had his way mid-December 2017, where the board of directors for the FCC voted 3-2 to repeal the Title II regulations for net neutrality, amidst a humongous, indescribable backlash against. He got backhanded by everybody in the United States because nobody in the United States wanted this to happen apart from greedy internet service providers, AT&T, Verizon. The Senate forced a vote via the Congressional Review Act, which I'll explain in a moment, to nullify Ajit Pai's decision to repeal net neutrality regulations. Now, the Congressional Review Act, or CRA, is an authority that the Senate has bestowed upon them, where if a government agency such as the FBI, the CIA, the NSA, or the FCC, or the FTC makes a vote that is to change the law in the United States, and if the Senate does not agree with this decision, they are able to use the Congressional Review Act authority that's bestowed upon them to then vote. And if they vote in the yay, they can then nullify that government agency's vote. And that's exactly what the Senate has done with, I believe, a 53-47 vote. And that is absolutely astounding. It's a massive win for people who want to keep net neutrality, which is essentially all of the United States. This is going to be a very steep uphill battle from now on in, because it has to go through the the House of Representatives, which is a Republican majority. The majority of people who voted with the Congressional Review Act authority to nullify the FCC's vote back in December, it was mainly Democrats. Now, I cannot remember the exact percentage or the exact numbers that the Republican majority has in the House of Representatives, but I can tell you they definitely have a larger majority. And it's going to take a lot of persuasion from the Democrats to Republican peers to get them to vote with them in nullifying Ajit Pai's decision. Ajit Pai faced major backlash when the vote came through because he has been asked by various government officials, people in states, very high up in the state chains and office, for freedom of information requests to look into possible evidence of several 100,000, if not millions, of fake comments on the FCC's website asking for net neutrality to be repealed, when surveys have shown that there are percentages in each party, Republican, Democrats, I can't remember the name of the third party, out of all three of the main political party types, there's percentages that are 65% and upwards that want to keep the net neutrality regulations, and the FCC has just blatantly ignored that. Just turned a blind eye. What I'm going back to the House of Representatives, it's going to be an uphill battle, because even if it does make its way through the House of Representatives and it does pass in there, it lands on President Trump's desk, and then he ultimately has the chance to veto it and just say, no, I'm not going to sign this. And at that point, fingers crossed, there's a massive enough movement for net neutrality that if Trump wants to be re-elected, he will sign it. He's running the country like a businessman. He's running the country like he's running a business. And it's working out for him so far, even though there's been a lot of road bumps, potholes, and hiccups along the way. He is actually running it pretty well, all things considering. But if he wants to continue running it for his second term, if he wants his second term, he's going to have no choice but to sign it if it ultimately does land on his desk. There is a constant push in the United States for people to get on the phone and call their state representatives, call their congressmen and congresswomen, to make sure that they are voting for net neutrality regulations to remain. Because if they don't, then you'll end up with internet service providers. You'll end up waking up one morning, turning on your PC and trying to load up YouTube, and it's like, oh, you have not bought your entertainment package with your internet package. That'll be an extra $5. And it's like, no, YouTube is a free website, and so is Facebook, so is Twitter, so is Google. You'll get like a basic internet package from, say, AT&T, and then this basic internet package will let you have a look at a few news article pages, a couple of social websites, maybe one or two. But then let's say you go to, I'm going to throw this one out here. Let's say you go to MySpace. Let's say your basic internet package is that you include Facebook and Twitter. But let's say you want to go into MySpace. You're a musician. You want to have a look at your MySpace profile. You then wake up one morning. You try and load up MySpace, and you find out, oh, you get a message from your browser. You have not bought your entertainment package for your internet service from your internet service provider. That will be an extra $5 if you wish to proceed. You need to pay your ISP to access a free website, a website that was made to be free. No, that's not how the internet works. That's not how the internet should be regulated. Yes, the internet should be regulated, but these net neutrality regulations, the Title II class legislation and regulations, are the best way of going about it, because they are a good, sturdy foundation to build on for future laws, and it's not as many adjustments need to be made. They can be adjusted very minimally to suit the ever-evolving thing that is the internet. That's brilliant. These regulations need to be kept. So, American viewers, if you're watching this, you better get on the phone to your state representatives, your state officials, your congressmen, your congresswomen in your states, and you need to make sure that they are really behind the net neutrality movement. Because think about it, it can get to the point where companies will have to put up their prices, their subscription prices, just so that way they can continue making as much money as they did when the Title II regulations were in place. See, instead of paying $3.99 for a standard Netflix subscription, you could end up paying $8.99. See, instead of paying $10.99 for a premium, you could end up paying $20.99. Nobody wants to pay $21 for a premium subscription to Netflix. Nobody. And we don't want Netflix to be put into that kind of position because it makes them look bad. But at that point, they'll be getting made look bad because of ISPs, because of internet service providers like AT&T and Verizon. We can't let them win. We will not let them win. If you like this message, share it, please. Give me a like. Give me a comment down below. If you just share it on Twitter, share it on Facebook. If you want to keep up to date with my uploads, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon, and make sure you're getting all notifications. Until then, peace!